Great to have you here, guys. Today there is a product update regarding the Dryblade. chemicalworkz has given its Dryblade a really nice update, and there is also a small new addition. You may have already seen it in the title and the image. There is a small variant. And why? Because that is my big wish. I have always wanted a small variant of UN Drive, and this looks like the mini variant. Why? I'll show you in the video. Why have I always wished for this? All the information is in the video. First, let's take a look at the standard large variant from 2001. I have it here in this beautiful neon green, made of extremely soft silicone, very, very flexible. Ultra important, a very, very exciting update. Let's take a look at it on the vehicle now. It's already wet. Here we go. Here you have both Dryblades again. They come in this packaging, which I also kept. I've had this for a little while longer because I've been able to experiment and test it out a bit. Let's take a look at the whole thing. Opening this with one hand, and handling the camera is not so easy, but I can manage it. So I had to go out. Yes, this is it here. You can see it is extremely flexible. It is really ultra bendable. And why is this important for a Dryblade? It should be able to nicely catch all these edges and transitions. The edges are really clean and well finished. That was also very, very important. The silicone blade here is extremely flexible, allowing it to conform nicely to the surface. In terms of size, it is approximately the length of a 2001 hand, with about 4 to 5 centimeters protruding on each side at the top. I am right-handed, so I will move to the other side to handle it a bit better. So, this is ideal for large surfaces. And I'm just playing around with this little edge here because it's just so soft. It is extremely soft, and we can always take a look at the edge. Also very, very nicely crafted. Very, very well done. Here too, it tapers to a point. And here at the front, it is made as thin as possible, allowing the focus to be extremely flexible. Here at the front, you can see it again. Now let's go on to the surface. How do you use a Dryblade? It's quite simple. It's ideal if you still have a lot of residual water on the car, so you don't create any water spots. Just like that, the window is dry. So that's the huge advantage of this. Here on the roof surface, go about halfway, and then, without applying much pressure, simply glide over it at about a 45-degree angle. I'm not pushing it down. I can do it with just 2 fingers. It works just the same here. And now here at the last spot. So that here again. And it works just the same on the hood. Make sure it looks nice in the picture. So, without applying any pressure here. You can now easily remove about 80 to 90% of the water from the paint. If you have such a special edge, just run along below and above the edge, and then you will only have a few drops left here around the wiper nozzles and a little bit here at the front. You can easily take it off with a small 40 by 40 cloth. You can also do it from front to back. Quick, quick. And look, it glides really well too. I'm trying to do this with 2 fingers here, which isn't so easy with the blade in filming. And now, you can also see why it is advantageous to have an even narrower variant, because here, for example, it fits very, very nicely for me. But when we have such narrow areas here, like a column or the front of the fender, where there are very, very curved sections, it's just like with a polishing pad, that the contact surface is simply too large. We can simply remove the water from the rear, on the rear window here, and thereby avoid the worst water spots. So, easy. We can still go halfway over here. But at these curved spots or down here at the back, it just gets too wide. And that's why I told Oscar that if I could wish for something, it would be a mini version. It is also available in different colors. Let's take a look at it now. Very nicely crafted. And now we can see here, you can also see that this is ultra flexible here. And it's about the width of a hand. And with that, we can now work on all the details. So here, take a look. This is really designed for that, because the blade can fit perfectly here. You can also use it on the surface here. You just need to go over it a bit more because it's a little narrower. Done. For example, this edge fits perfectly on it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also work with just the small one without any issues. But this way you can wonderfully handle all those narrow spots. So easy. Or here on the side. You can also easily take it all off at the C-pillar. So for all those who have a few narrow areas, like at the E here, they can wonderfully navigate these areas and also the lower sections. Along the sill work just as well. Here again at the A-pillar U-cent, and it's all gone in a flash. Also, up here again. Look, it gets it all in one go. Let's go over here again. And just like that, it's completely gone over the entire area. So really top, small and fine. I have always wished for it because in my past, whenever I used Dryblades, that's also the reason, as I said, why this has come about now. I always wished to have a dry blade that is a bit smaller because there are edges or curves on the vehicle that are a bit narrower. And you always had to leave those out because the larger blade would, for example, bump into something. Or like here, for instance, where you have a spot that is relatively concave and you can get in there perfectly with the blade and it's completely gone. Here too. It really is much easier with the small one. So here you can choose depending on the shape of the vehicle, whether to take the large one or the small one, and you simply have the perfect selection. I think such a small dry blade is brilliant and especially ideal for use in the household, shower and so on, to simply avoid limescale stains on the inside. So as a tip for the household, it is also perfectly usable there. Now you have some information about the two new dry blades and the dry blade update. The shape has changed and the size has been slightly reduced. A mini version has also been introduced here. Additionally, the quality of the workmanship is truly on a new level. Very, very well done. Many thanks once again to Oscar and the Wash Guru team, because I said, just try it out and see how people respond. I must also clearly say that it was somewhat my wish to have a smaller version here to simply reach the narrow spots. So if someone asks why there is now such a small version, it has always been a secret dream of mine. And many thanks, as I said, again to Oscar for having this produced, because in terms of quality, it is absolutely top-notch, even with the small version. Thank you very much for watching, all Dryblade fans. You can equip yourselves or update, and we will of course see this in action again in the upcoming videos, also in M. I really enjoy using this, especially if you have vehicles that aren't perfectly sealed and you just don't feel like going over the paint multiple times with those huge drying towels because they get saturated quickly. Here is my drying option, and I will also show you a video of the dry blade and then simply use a small compact cloth 40 times and it's done. This is how you can dry as well. As we wrap up this video, I want to take a moment to thank you for joining me on this journey. It's been a pleasure to share this content with you, and I hope you found it both informative and engaging. Until we meet again in the next video, remember to stay curious and keep exploring the world around you. This is Sebastian. 2001, signing off with gratitude and excitement for what's to come. Take care and see you soon.